And welcome back to Prep Time. I'm here at the Jewel Gurnis Pool on the campus of St. Mary's University of Minnesota as we take a look at the definition of a multi-sport athlete. Winona High's Crystal Franzwa only had to decide what sport she wanted to pursue in college and where she wanted to go.
We're certainly very pleased and proud to announce that Crystal Franzwa is going to sign her letter of intent today to dive at University of Wisconsin-Green Bay next year.
I chose Green Bay mainly because it was just like their coach came to me and that meant a lot to me. I didn't know how to feel about it because he said again I was going to play softball, and it was out of my mind completely to dive in college. And it's just even when he called the first time and talked to me, I was not really thinking. I was just like, okay, yeah, I'll talk to you, but it's probably not going to happen again. So it was that, and then I made the visit, and it was just a really friendly atmosphere, and all of the parents of the divers came up to me personally and introduced themselves, and I thought that was really kind of a cool thing because it was something I wasn't expecting.
They usually come looking for people at the D1 level because there's something special about them. All right, and she's clearly a special athlete, and I know she'll be successful wherever she goes.
4 years ago, I had two kind of regular looking people come showing up on my pool deck. Rob Murray had just put in a dryland board at his gymnastics club, and he had been letting his team play around on it.
My youngest daughter decided that she wanted to do diving also, and so it motivated me to finally install a dryland diving board. And so we actually have two boards in the gym now. We tried a few things that are kind of challenging for divers a lot, and one of them was a reverse dive and a reverse one. And she caught on very quickly, and I pulled her out to the side and I said, you know, I hate to say this, but you should think about taking a look at the diving team, or at least work with JJ a little bit. This could be a lot of fun for you, and I think you'd be good. And turns out she was.
And he showed up with Crystal on my pool deck saying, well, I think she's got a lot of potential to be a good diver. Well, I was a little skeptical, but decided to give it a shot, and then Rob also informed me, he's like, she might be a little bit of a handful. He really wasn't kidding.
Crystal's been Crystal the Pistol. She's a lot of energy, she's fun, she's loud, she's a pain, she's all those things, and she's a great athlete. She's a personality to be learned a little bit, but she's fun. Anybody that knows her knows where I'm stumbling a little bit on this, but she's worthy as a coach to invest your time in, absolutely.
Crystal Franzwa may be indescribable just because she is so good at whatever she tries.
The thing that strikes me as I look at what Crystal has accomplished as a student athlete here is not just as a diver. She is a three-sport athlete and has absolutely excelled at all three of those sports. And that's the amazing part about her accomplishments. Crystal is an absolutely shining example of what a multi-sport athlete can be. She had certainly a long career in gymnastics, certainly spent a lot of time in the gym, and certainly those skills carried over to what she's been able to do as a diver. But not only has she had tremendous success as a diver, as a gymnast, and now on the softball field here in the spring as well. This is an absolutely amazing piece of information now. She is all conference. She has been named all conference in all three sports. We have one other student in this high school that the same can be said.
These past 2 years has really shown us what she's capable of, but I don't think we've scratched the surface. I mean, the talent is still untapped. I'm really looking forward to see what she can do off of the 3-meter boards and what she can accomplish in the future with the 1-meter. She's doing a dive that nobody else in the state was even attempting. This past year was the big year for holding her reverse 1 somersault 2.5 twists. That was our highest scoring dive that she ever had. Helped her out with winning as many meets as we did. But that's also what brought Tom Stover's view to her into his radar. He called me up and we were talking, and after I sent him a video, he's like, so reverse somersault 2.5 twists, how'd that come about? And I really don't remember.
I don't even know. It was I screwed around a lot at practice. It was something I was really good at. And so, yeah, we like to have fun. you can't always be serious.
Crystal was serious enough to put on a GoPro camera to show us from her perspective what her dives look like.
The big thing is, yeah, keeping my head down, because after every dive, that's what I get. Keep your head down. Focus on my jump and ride the board. Yeah, it's pretty automatic. I don't really think about that kind of stuff anymore. But otherwise, like the twisting and the flipping, it's all just natural to me, I guess. And 14 years of gymnastics helps a lot. I don't know, like everyone's different, obviously. So some people are like, okay, I want to train this over and over until I get it. And I'm just kind of like, well, I do it once and I'm good. I'll do it tomorrow, maybe. Just messing around, it helps a lot because it gets my mind off of it, and I get frustrated really easily.
So really, how did the reverse somersault 2.5 twist come about?
And so I was just like, okay, there was a girl from Faribault actually that did a reverse one somersault 1.5 twist, and I thought it was really cool. And so one day at practice, I was like, okay, let's try it. And I only got to a half at first, and I just didn't understand it, the concept of the dive. And then one day at practice, I was like, okay, I'll try more. And so I went for 1.5, and then within like 2 days, I'd say I had the 2.5, and that's kind of how it came to be. It's like jumping off the board forward, but flipping backwards and twisting 2.5 times.
It's kind of a scary, dangerous dive. You have to have a lot of guts and know where you're at all times when you're in the air. I mean, all of your sensors getting thrown all about you. You don't. It's kind of throwing it out of control, but being in control at the same time.
It's one of those things, you know, you have a little signature thing, or you have something that is unique and just kind of catches the eye of a coach who's seen a lot of the other things, even a lot of those other things really clean.
Because I knew she didn't really look at diving as a career path for continuing in college, but I knew that there was going to be colleges coming to ask. I mean, just being at some of the meets that we were at and knowing some of the college coaches that I do, being a college coach myself, I knew that she was going to be on their radar. And there was only an amount of time before she'd probably finally give in, and I hoped she would give in.
It's unrealistic. It's a relief knowing that I have somewhere to go. And it's like I'm wanted there, you know, and I'm just really excited. I can't wait.
How does Crystal feel about leaving the Winona High swimming and diving program?
Those girls are my family. It's really hard leaving them, and I really did have a good 4 years here, and I will miss them a lot.
We butted heads a lot, but overall, I mean, it turned out to be a great match. It was always a lot of fun to coach her. It was always a lot of fun to have her on the pool deck. Yeah, it's going to be a great loss for our team not having her there, but she's going off to a great school and also a great team, and I'm really excited to see what she's going to be able to do there.
Crystal will join a group of Winona-associated people at UW Green Bay, including Winona High's Alec Brown, Cotter graduate and women's basketball assistant coach Sarah Bronk, volleyball assistant coach Patrick Bolin, and Crystal's next coach, Winona native Tom Stover. Next on Prep Time, we look at Cotter High School's move to the Three Rivers Conference from the HVL.